Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming my April favourites, and I'm going to have to say it, where has the month gone? And also, may the 4th be with you forever. I just had to say it at some point in a video, which is going out in May. I know that's so sad, especially because I'm not really a Star Wars fan anyway. So I don't know why I said that, I just wanted to say it. Anyway, so yeah, so May has started, spring is here, kind of. Well, one second it's raining, next second it's snowing, then it's hailstoning, then it's sunny, then we're getting sunburnt and torrential rain and gale force winds, and at the moment it's very, very sunny outside, which is great. So yeah, so I'm going to show you a couple of things that have been favourites of mine for the month of April. I have actually got a really big My Mall Box order, which is on its way to me right now, so hopefully I'll be able to do a haul video with you guys soon. It's all the new Makeup Geek, some of the Makeup Geek spring eyeshadow collection, the Anastasia Beverly Hills spring liquid lipsticks, some more Colourpop stuff as well. And on the 5th of May I'm having surgery to have that lump finally removed off my face. It's been growing for 3 years. It started off as an ingrown hair and it has turned into a sebaceous cyst. It's disgusting. I'm not going to go into details. If you want to know more, just Google it and be disgusted on my behalf. Just pray for me, guys. Pray for me that the surgeon that cuts it open and stitches it up does not F up my face. That's all I'm concerned about. I was like, you know what? Do what you want. Just don't F up my face. It's on my face. If it was on my back or my foot or my leg, I wouldn't care so much. But it's on my face. And what else? So this month, I don't think a lot of you guys actually manage to sometimes get to the end of my videos, but I did mention in one of my previous ones that I was contacted by Superdrug, which is one of the biggest two drugstore brands in the UK, other than Boots, and they asked me to come along and do some filming with them, various different videos with a few other vloggers and bloggers, and I did that on the 1st of May. I remember it was April Fool's Day, and so far 3 videos have gone up onto their channel, which is how to take the perfect selfie, me and one other girl called Maddie doing Pinterest nail hacks, which was the last video that went up a few days ago, and then what was the other one? Such a bad memory that I've actually forgotten. How to take the perfect... Oh, how strong is stony-hold hairspray? We had to stand in front of a fan basically and try out hairspray. And then there will be one more coming up soon as well, which is going to be what's in my handbag. So I'm going to link all those videos for you guys to have a look at below. They're not really long videos. They're only like 3-4 minutes long. They're fun. It was good fun. And it was just a great opportunity for me to obviously do. So it wasn't something I was going to pass up. Let's get into the April favourites now. First thing shouldn't be too much of a surprise. It is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. Now, I used this quite a lot, more towards the beginning of April, I'd say. I've kind of tapered off using it a little bit more now. Not necessarily for any other reason other than I have other shadows and I tend to neglect other shadows. And I'm also a big Makeup Geek fiend and I seem to just go for Makeup Geek all the time. But this is how it looks. Gorgeous. Smells like peaches. And this is how it is. So I have used this quite a lot. I also did a makeup tutorial which you guys seem to love. It was a sweet peach makeup tutorial, or peach makeup, which I will again link for you guys below. And I've also done a review on this as well. If you want to know about things in a little bit more detail, swatches, that sort of thing, I will link that all below. So I've been loving this quite a lot, and it is already available in, I don't know if it's available online yet, but at the time of filming this video, which is the 1st of May, by the way. I don't always load up the same day that I film things, by the way. I film in advance, which is why I've done it, because I won't be filming next week if I've got a big scab on my face and my face is like, and I can't really film, really, can I? So I tend to film things in advance, but I do know that Debenhams in Westfield, Stratford City and Westfield, Shepherd's Bush, which is near me, have been selling them, so they will be available everywhere else at some point quite soon. I have also been loving the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation quite a bit this month. I have again started using other foundations of mine purely because this one is a little bit dark for me, and I think I need to get a little bit more of a tan. Now that the weather's getting a little nicer, it's going to be a bit more sunny, and it will naturally happen, especially because I drive quite a lot and the sun's on my face. I will get a little bit of a tan, so I'll probably tend to use this more in the summer. But generally, I think this is an amazing foundation. I have done a review on this, and I will link it below. The shade that I bought mine in is medium 57. I am an NC40 in MAC, but as I said in my review video, this one is a little bit too yellow for me, a little bit too dark, and I will look at other shades at some point in the future. I know this isn't something which is new to the market, but it's new to my life, and it's the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I have been using this every single day. No word of a lie, every single day. Because I've started carving out my contour, which I never used to do, with a sharp brush, which was a Morphe something. I'll link it below. I can't remember the name of the brush that I use with this. I've been using that to cut my contour and to cut my nose, because what I tend to use, I use quite a big brush to contour my nose, and obviously there will be overlap over the nose, so I use that same brush and I just cut it down the middle with this, and that tidies up the nose and gives it a more chiseled and more highlighted effect as well. And as you can see, this is where I use the same translucent powder to cut my contour. I don't really tend to bake. I literally leave this on my face for a couple of seconds and then I wipe it off. I absolutely love this. Really glad that I finally invested in this, and a little bit seems to go a really long way, which I was surprised, because it's got a sifter on the top. Some places the sifters are a bit too big and you end up wasting a lot of product, but haven't had that problem with this. Other thing from Kat Von D that I got not long ago. All of these things seem to be in the haul video that I did for you guys, so it's no surprise that you are seeing these. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Contour Quad, and the shade that I bought mine in is Plum, and I have used this a few times in the past month and I really love it. Firstly, the packaging is just amazing, such good quality and really cool. And then it looks like this. I will link my haul video for you guys below so that you can see everything in a little bit more detail. But what I love about this is there's a lid shade, there's a crease shade, there's a defining shade, and there is a highlighting shade. And then you can mix and match these to use them as you want. But there is something for every part of your eye basically. And it even says it on the back. It says base, define, contour, highlight, which is great. These come in 4 different shades. There is a warm toned one, a plum one, a green one, and a more browny caramelly one. I wanted the plum one because I've got the original Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Contour palette, which is the big palette, and it's got loads of cool greyish kind of tones and lots of warm brown tones as well, so I didn't really see the point of getting something which is similar to that. One more thing from my Sephora haul was one of the new Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector from the range, the Luminous blushes, and the shade that I got my one in is in Snapdragon. I have used this quite a lot this month and I really absolutely love it. It goes hand in hand with the Shimmering Skin Perfectors, the highlighters, the same kind of quality in terms of pigmentation and blendability, and they're just really gorgeous. I love them. The only negative comment I'd have with this is the size. The size is incredibly deceiving. When you see people's swatches and blog posts and that sort of thing online, people's Instagram pictures, they generally tend to zoom up just so that you can see the colour a bit better, but these are really small. I'm trying to think of something that I can compare it to, but I haven't got anything to hand. But these are not that big. Look at the size of it compared to my hand. That's just something to bear in mind when you're spending a lot of money on a blush, because these ones are quite expensive. I've got a brush to show you guys. Now, if you follow me on Snapchat, obviously you would have already seen when I showed this. These are the Morphe M330 blending brush, and it looks like this. This is so amazing that this is the 3rd one that I've bought. I don't own 3 of any brushes at all. This has got to be hands down my favourite blending brush at the moment. It's my favourite blending brush out of all the blending brushes I've got. It's really soft and long and tapered. It's like the MAC 224, but a bit more tapered along the top and a lot more softer and more longer. So I can really work into the crease really nicely, and it blends everything out seamlessly without me having to blend for ages and ages, which is what you have to do with other brushes. And because it's tapered right at the end, you can really get in there, and I find that the amount of time that I spend blending is reduced because this brush is so good, and because it's so soft, it really blends out everything really nicely, and it's really cheap. I can't remember how much I paid for it. £3, £4 maybe. I got mine from Beauty Bay, but there are quite a few UK stockists, and obviously if you're in America you can go direct to Morphe, and then there are hundreds of affiliates out there, Manny MUA, Jacqueline Hill. You can use one of their codes. I don't have the code, sorry, but you can use one of their codes and then you can get money off. Don't you think it's funny, I'm talking about codes, just between you and me, don't you think it's funny about these codes and things? It's like, we'll give the example of Manny MUA just because his name's the one I said first. Now, his code works all the time, presumably. So it's not like a special deal that you're actually getting something at a reduced price. It's always reduced. Because if you always use that code, you're always going to get it for a cheaper price. So technically, the product is actually cheaper than what the actual real retail price is. Don't you think that's cheeky? Don't you think that's cheeky? There's quite a few companies that do that. Gerard Cosmetics are another one who do that. They've always got a code on. So it makes me think that you put it down as worth $30, but you can always get it for $15, which means to me it's only worth $15. Right? Am I right? What do you guys think? Let me know below. I always find these codes and things a bit suspicious, a bit suspect, a bit funny, you know? It's always cheaper. So technically we're not actually really saving any money because it is only really worth that cheaper amount anyway. Another thing that I've been loving this month is the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper. It is basically a, like a brow gel. The shade that I bought my one in is in medium dark. Now, I've been using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Tinted Brow Gel, or the Clear Brow Gel, for over a year at least. The only issue that I have with those is that the brush is like a mascara size, a standard mascara size wand, which I can find annoying because when I'm trying to do the little corner bits, obviously the brush is wider than my actual brow, and then especially with the tinted brow gel, I tend to get the brow gel on my skin, and then it gets really annoying. And then I came across this one, and you know what? Anastasia Beverly Hills should do something like this. Look at how teeny tiny that brush is. It's excellent. It's absolutely perfectly sized. And what I love about it is I can literally get into every single little gap. And not just that, the product itself is actually, I find it better. I find Anastasia Beverly Hills ones to leave my brows kind of crunchy, like you've got actual hair gel on your eyebrows, so I can feel the crunchiness of the actual product, whereas I don't find that with this one. I find that they set really nicely. I can feel that there is something on there other than my normal brow powder. I use Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Medium Brown at the moment. I've obviously got that, but then I've got this on top, and it leaves a really nice finish. So I'm really happy with this. I'm not going to be buying that one anymore. I'm going to be buying this one from now on. It costs a lot less as well. Now, moving on to Urban Decay. I think I showed these in one of my last favourites videos. The glitter liners. Obsessed. I'm obsessed with these. I love these. If you guys follow me on Snapchat, again, you would have seen when me and Selena, who is Miss Beauty Addict on YouTube, me and her went shopping in Westfield. We met up, did a bit of makeup shopping, got a bit of grub, had a chat. It was great. It was good fun. And obviously we had to buy some makeup. So one thing that I bought when I was with her was this Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner, and the shade is in Amp. And then I also bought this other one another time in Distortion. I am slowly making my way through the entire range. I think I've already got Midnight Cowboy, and I've got Junk Show as well, so the pink and the gold. So now I've got this holographic-y multicolored one, and then this teal one. I'm totally going to get the others as well. I love them. Wearing it on the lower inner lash line like you've seen me do in previous videos and tutorials. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen me wearing it all the time. I'm obsessed with doing my eyeliner like that. I don't like always to have full-on glitter, even though today I totally have. But it's not all over my entire eye. It's just kind of on the inner half. But I love these two. And now sticking with Urban Decay is the Beached Bronzers, which I showed you guys in a recent haul video, my Sephora Feel Unique haul. And the shade that I've got mine in is in Bronzed. There are 2 shades altogether. I have been using this nearly every day to contour my face. It's a matte warm brown bronzer and I absolutely love it. And then it shouldn't really surprise you that I'm showing you the highlighters next as well, because I bought them obviously together and showed them in the same haul. But I've been loving both of these so much. The shades that I've got mine in is in Sin and Aura. So this one is Aura and this one is Sin. So this one is a cool toned pale pinky blue highlighter and this one is a gold highlighter, and I love both of them. I've been using them almost every single day since I bought them. The quality is excellent as well as the pigmentation, and it does not show up imperfections on the skin. And talking of Miss Beauty Addict, she recently went on a little jaunt, a work jaunt. Some people are so lucky. She went to America and Polynesia, and she asked me just before she went, she said she's going to the Morphe store and if there was anything that that I wanted that she could pick up for me. And I was like, the Morphe 35O palette please. And she did not fail to deliver. Look at it. I've been loving this. I've been using it pretty much steadily throughout the month. I haven't been using it literally every single day, but I have used it quite a few times, and I have to say I do love this eyeshadow palette. I do understand the hype a little bit, but you know what? Makeup Geek eyeshadows are still better. Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows are still better. These are probably on par with, I'd say, Sleek makeup. So I don't necessarily understand what the massive hype around this is and why it's always selling out. It's okay, but it's not excellent. I mean, there's a lot of fallout from the matte shadows. There isn't that many shimmers in here. There's a few. And quite a lot of the shades are very, very similar. Like these three right here, they're all very similar. They look like 3 of the same shade, maybe a slight differentiation. So as much as I've been loving this as a palette for this month of April, I don't understand what the hype is. Soz. Okay, these 2 next products are probably some of my more recent ones towards the end of April's when I bought them. And they were, of course, as a result of Jaclyn Hill, because she showed on her Snapchat page the Solstice Highlighting Palette by Sleek Makeup. That meant everybody and anybody had to go out and buy them, like myself. And I have actually done a review on them, so I will link them below for you guys. So this one is the one that she showed called Solstice. So they are 3 powders and 1 cream. And then the more unique one, which is the limited edition one called Midas Touch. But this is Midas Touch. Again, there are 3 powders and 1 cream. This is limited edition from Sleek Makeup. Now, as I said in my review video, these are very, very full on, very frosty highlighters. They are not for everybody. You have to go in with a very, very light hand, and you have to really buff it into the skin to stop yourself looking like you've got a very obvious shiny highlight across your face, which happened to me one day, which I've explained in that video, I think. So I've been loving these 2. This one is definitely the more unique one. This isn't the one that everybody would go for because it's got blue in there, it's got silver in there. But personally, me, you know me, I'm not afraid of anything, so I wanted to get it. I tried it and I loved it. I also got, this is the first one I've got of these, by the way. This is the TheBalm Meet Matte Hues Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick, and I got it in the shade Devoted, which is a deep red. I have used this once or twice. I do actually quite like the texture of these. They're not too bad. Not sure if I'm going to buy more, purely because I've got so many liquid lipsticks and the range of theirs isn't that huge. But I did turn to quite like this, wearing this month. And like I said, I really wanted to try one of these just to see what it was like. Happily, pleasantly surprised. But again, £13–14 for another liquid lipstick. I think this is enough. So that is it for my favourites. I'm going to show you one regret. Sorry, Selena, I have to bring you up again. This was this product which I bought when I was with her, and it's the Too Faced Melted Chocolate Liquefied Long Wear Lipstick. Now, I got mine in the shade Chocolate Honey. On me, it just slides off. It literally slides off, like it says, Liquefied Long Wear Lipstick. What does that sound like to you? It's a long wearing lipstick, right? So how come after less than 2 hours mine pretty much slid all over the place and slid off? I mean, it looks lovely. The colour itself is gorgeous. It smells like honey chocolate, which is what it's called, chocolate honey. But you know what, it just slid all over the place, it went and stuck to my mug, it came off on my mug, it came off on this, it rubbed off, I licked my lips, it came off within 2 hours. I was not impressed by this. Now if this is how all the melted liquefied long wear lipsticks are by Too Faced, I'm just not going to buy anymore. I forgot to say, actually, if you're interested in where I got my earrings from, they're from Topshop. My lipstick is Gerard Cosmetics Hydra Matte Lipstick in Share. Today's the first time I'm actually wearing it and I quite like it. And I got a whole bunch of these earrings, and from Topshop I got some banana mirrored ones, some pineapples, some strawberries. You know how Charlene rolls. I love that kind of stuff. So have a look online. I'll link them below anyway, just so that you guys can see. Okay, bye.